How you doing, YouTube? It's kind of funny running into you on here. Good to see you. Hope you're all doing well. This is a different kind of video. I want to talk a little bit about my Patreon page. So join me, will you? Yeah, so I know you're thinking this is probably going to be join my Patreon page, yada yada yada, come on, give me your money kind of thing. I see a lot of resistance to people trying to get supported for their work and whatever. But it's not exactly what I want to do with this video. So a couple of years ago, I saw a couple of creators like Mike Seatown started a Patreon. Melanie, you love death metal, did it as well. But I didn't really know what you get, you know? You go to the Patreon page and everything's behind a paywall and it's like, okay, well, I don't really know what there is. I don't know what I'm missing out on unless I pay. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a peek behind the paywall to see what I got on my Patreon page so that you can decide if you want to join or not. It's not necessarily like a join and you are on the hook for months on end for the whole thing, whatever. It's $6.66 a month, and you can cancel at any time. So I don't care. I don't care if you want to just dip in for a month and leave. That's fine. I get it. Money's kind of hard to come by. We're all subscribed to 150 things that are between $3 and $15 a month, a week, a day, whatever. We're all like bleeding out of the guts by $3 at a time, right? So anyways, this is another one of those things. But I felt like I was kind of getting tired of spending time in front of this computer, editing videos ad nauseum, and not really making any money at it, and just kind of feeling like this is thankless. When the costs are coming up, that it could be using, you know, some money to help out with. So, if you remember my last place, I had the iconic like CD wall behind me, and I don't have that at this place because my basement wall is in need of some repair. There was some flood damage a couple years ago, so we need to take care of that. And we got an estimate a couple of months ago. It was about $8,000, and I certainly don't expect my Patreon channel to, pay for my entire basement wall. But it just got me thinking, like, it would be nice if I had a chance for people who were really supportive of what I do to be able to show some support and get something for it. Get something more for it than just the free stuff that I put on YouTube, you know? So I've gotten to like having kind of a separate community of people. I call my fam, my Patreon fam over there, who I interact with a little bit more on the Patreon page. So what I've got on there, if you're not already aware, I do a Vinyl Vault series on there where we're going through my vinyl collection A to Z. And in that series, I feel like it's kind of a little bit different because I do only 10 albums in a video. And since I have that separate community of people who are like more supportive and not just like throwing my content out to the piranhas out there and getting criticized for my shit, since I've got that a little bit more separate and a little bit more insular with people who are closer to me, I'm a little bit more candid on there, and I kind of like to talk about things in greater detail. I got a little burned out, I think, on YouTube a couple of years ago because I was just like glossing over 25 albums in a video and just saying like 4 sentences about it and just kind of going on. I really feel like I don't get a chance to bring a lot to... I don't really feel like I had a chance to bring what I had to offer to the table when I'm showing a giant pile of CDs and just, quickly going through them. I like being able to go in depth and describe what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling about the albums that are in my collection, etc. So they're a little more candid, a little more personal, and I'm able to kind of expand upon those things. So I'm pretty proud of the Vinyl Vault series. I think we're on episode 6 now of the Vinyl Vault series. Also, there's a yard tour series on there so like 2 years ago we moved out here. We've got 4 acres of land. We're huge garden nerds, flower nerds. We're doing some prairie restoration on our property. We're doing some prairie burns in the spring. There's a lot going on out there, and I just kind of felt like it'd be fun to show you guys what we're doing in our off time. Working on a yard tour of the trees out there and all that. God, I miss it. Today is 7 below zero was our temperature, and I miss my yard so much. It is windy as all hell and just deathly cold out there. I went out today to run an errand, and I swear I almost died. It was nuts. I miss my yard so much. I haven't been out there for weeks. And back in August and September, I was walking out in my yard every single day. Anyway, so there's a yard tour. It's cool. I got another episode of that coming up pretty soon where we got super fancy drone footage of the property. It's going to be amazing. So special effects on the yard tour video. Also, I like to put up some polls for my Patreon people. Just tell me what they're listening to, what they're thinking, and what they're jamming lately. Also, I'm doing mixtapes on the Patreon page, so if you want a chance to buy my mixtape, join the Patreon, and you'll find out about it. Last year I did the Brainsmasher shirts, offered a $5 off coupon to my Patreon people. That worked out pretty well. I like that. And also, if you join the Patreon and you're a rebuild subscriber, I'm going to put your name at the end of every video to thank you for your support. I need to update that here soon, so hopefully you guys will join up and you can put your name on the end credits of all my videos, and I can say thanks to you every single video. Also on there, I like to just kind of put kind of some outtakes and some kind of like behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on. There's some pictures that you didn't get to see from the zines that I'm doing. So also, for the back issues of Arcane Archivist and Grimtooth's Bare Metal Things, where I've written interviews with bands, I've been throwing them up on there if they're out of print so that you can just check them out on the website, on my Patreon page. There's a couple other videos here and there of just stuff stuff from the old house that I never uploaded to the main channel. Another series on the Sketched Out is on there. Let's see, what else do we got? Just some posts. I talk about some of the albums that I have been listening to. I talk about the When Bitter Spring Sleeps album that I did some guest vocals on last year. Let's see. A little bit more personal stuff here and there. So that's what is going on the Patreon page. And if after seeing that you feel like it's worth dipping in, paying $6.66 for all that, then great. I'd love to have you. Like another thing, I guess it's that you might wonder about. Like, by the way, if you have any questions about what it is or how it goes on or how it works, leave them down below. I'll answer them. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, also, so when I put a post up on Patreon or a video, they're all the same, you get an email. So that video shows up in your email. You just click on it, play it, kind of like just like on YouTube. You don't get to just like, if you're paying for my Patreon videos, they don't show up on your YouTube app or page or whatever. They're private because they're on the Patreon thing. But it's not difficult at all. You just get an email, you click on the video, it plays, you comment on it just like usual. You can either comment on the Patreon post, or you can go to the YouTube video and comment on that just like you do on all the other videos. So that's how it works. You get an email, all the stuff just comes to you in the email, or you can just like click on the link in the email and go to the page and you can see what's on there. Pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty streamlined, just like websites work, if you will. Only there's no paywall because you paid and you get to see it all. So, like I said, if you want to join up and you're not feeling it, you want to dip out, you don't feel like spending $6.66 a month, then fine, I get it. Don't worry about it. No hard feelings, but I just kind of want to be able to have a place where I put things of value, maybe more value than everything I'm putting on YouTube, so that we just kind of step away and hang out in the Patreon fam club, and yeah. So that's what I got going on there. I hope that kind of answers some of your questions about it. I would love to have you join and support, and hopefully eventually we can build the CD wall down in the basement when I can afford it, because that shit is expensive. So, can't think of anything more, I guess, to expound upon that idea. Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm working on getting a new computer, so things are going to change, and the Patreon page is helping with that. And with the new computer, I'm hoping to be able to host live streams on the Patreon page. So you'll get an invite link to an exclusive stream, be able to hang out there. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but that was the plan originally before I got this shit internet that I just did away with. So that's on the horizon. That's what I'm working towards. New computer, whole new setup, whole new editing software, new camera, microphone, and then hopefully hosting streams. Want to have some guests on there, etc. So I feel like that's a lot of value that all you have to pay is $6.66 per month. That's what a candy bar costs in Texas. So hope you consider joining. I'd love to have you. Hope you find stuff on there that is of value and you feel like it's worth what you pay for to be a patron. So thank you to all my patrons who are already subscribed. Love you guys. Hope I can get more of you to join me over there because it's fun. It's cool. I do good stuff over there. You're going to like it. I promise. We'll see you later. Woohoo! That was a great video, and it was made possible mostly by me, but also thanks to the undying and kind support of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all. I love you. If you are interested in being a part of my Patreon channel and supporting what I do, you are welcome to join at the URL below. It is only $6.66 per month, and you're going to love it. Thank you.